What's up, Bradley and Johnson here, and this video is probably going to be long. I'm going to try and do it quickly, but there's no way I'm going to do it. So if you don't like long videos, check the time on it, just skip it, whatever. Life is too short to watch me talk crap. Though I just wanted to give everyone an idea of that will help you understand fat loss and muscle growth, right? Now, you need to understand the first point. Your body does not want big muscles. Your body does not want to lose fat. And because of that, the analogy will be essentially illogical to help get it into your head that you are literally working against your body, okay? Now, okay, I like this analogy. Now, start off with, right? Your body is somebody's finances, okay? Anyone's finances. And your fat is money that you have saved, okay? In accounts, yeah? Your food is money that you get for cash work or your wages or whatever. And your muscle are the flashy things that you have. Nice house, nice car, some diamond rings, some bling, whatever, all that stuff, right? Okay, so now, the idea of, now if you've seen, what's this movie? It's a movie with Richard Pryor. I'm gonna put the name in here. It's a movie with Richard Pryor, and the point of the movie was he had to spend all this loads of money that he got in a will, and if he spent all of it in a certain time frame, he'd get access to the rest of it. But if he didn't spend it, he wouldn't get any of the money. So he had to keep going on the spending spree. It's a Richard Pryor movie. It's a comedy. I can't remember the name of it, but it's here. Check it out. It will help this analogy make more sense. You can probably watch it on YouTube for free. It's a really old movie. Now, the point of this whole muscle building journey that we're on now is to waste all our money. Yeah, you want to have like nothing in your accounts. You want to be not a pot to piss in. You want nothing, and you just want all this flashy stuff. Like basically anyone in a council estate on benefits, no savings, loads of debt, no money, no nothing, and loads of things that look like you shouldn't really have those things. Like like flashy TVs and iPhones and stuff, and it doesn't make sense. How comes you're poor and you've got all those things? That's what you're aiming for. Now I say these things to help you understand once more that you are doing something that is so unnatural, going completely against what your body wants. Your body wants to be fat and have low muscle because it makes more sense. The more fat it has, the more energy it has available for in case of an emergency, and the more muscle it has, it just has to keep that muscle alive and keep it around and keep it fed. So why keep it? So you have to understand that what you're trying to do is stupid, effectively, to your body. Now, for aesthetics, it looks great. You walk around, people with, phones and nice clothes on, and like they look good, and like girls like that stuff, and guys like that stuff. People that look flashy and have nice things. But their bank accounts may be telling a different story, right? And this is the exact same thing that we're doing with this whole aesthetic thing. It is essentially shallow and definitely counterproductive to the way in which your body wants to work. That's to get out of the way. Now, you get money, right? Yeah? And you do exercise. But exercise is going to the shops and buying stuff you probably shouldn't have bought, yeah? And when you're there, you burn fat, yeah? Lose money from your savings, and you get something like a ring or a car, and you got that car, brilliant. So now I've got this nice car, that's a bit of extra muscle on the bicep, yeah? And you got this car, or maybe you got like a really nice watch, maybe that's the muscle on your legs, yeah? Okay, that's how it's working. And all the while you're doing this, you're trying to spend as much money as possible, get rid of all that money from your savings. This is how fat loss works and muscle building works. Now, where it gets a little bit crazy, this will help you out here, is that's the most simple way of explaining it, yeah? But the best way to actually explain it is imagine not a person's finances, but imagine a whole country, yeah? And what the country is trying to do is get rid of all the country's savings, all of the country's money, and just have loads of debt and be full of all these, rich things, just like that one person do, but everyone's trying to do the same thing, yeah? So, what will happen, this will help you understand what's happening to your body, is that one person will get some wages and they'll get some money and they'll put it in their savings, right? So they'll build up some fat. While another person at the exact same time will be in a store buying a brand new car. And another person at the exact same time may be just about to start work. And another person at the exact same time might have just saved loads and loads of money because they did really well, just got a promotion at work and got even more money. And then another person, you've got a whole city, millions of people, all of them buying flashy things, some of them saving money, some of them working, getting extra money. That is your body. Constantly eating, constantly getting food, constantly building fat, constantly burning fat, constantly building muscle, constantly losing money. Some people might sell their flashy car because they need the money and they want to save it. Some people might buy another car, some people might do this. That's the whole nation going on. What you're trying to do is affect the general vibe of what's going on in that city. You want generally there to be more flashy cars, more bling bling, more useless stuff, and generally less money in your savings account. This analogy will help you understand that your body is constantly burning fat, constantly storing fat, constantly building muscle and constantly breaking it down. It is a very complex engine. It's never just doing one thing. It's never just, okay, it's just did a workout, I now need to build muscle. I will only build muscle now. Like, it doesn't happen. Your body will constantly be burning muscle because things will be happening. Just me doing this, a few stray muscle fibers, you know, around here will be breaking down. You know, they're being fatigued by what I'm doing just by doing this, yeah? Obviously nowhere near as much as if I had, you know, a 40-kilogram dumbbell in my hand, yeah? But it's constantly happening and I'm constantly burning fat and constantly storing fat. I ate this morning. Some of that is being stored now as fat. Some of it is being used for the muscle rebuilding process of the training that I did this morning. You know, it's constantly doing all these things at the same time. So try and understand it as a city, a nation of people doing many things. Don't think at any point you're, oh, I'm now in a fat storing mode. I'm now in a fat burning mode. Like, this is why when people say, oh, should I eat before I go to sleep? Because it'll put me into a fat storing mode. Just eating will put you into a fat burning mode because eating requires more calories. And you only, even if you eat loads of carbs at night and it may have a net effect of putting on more fat at that moment in time, that fat will still need to, if you're at a caloric deficit, you'll still need to use that stuff for the other requirements of your deficit. So in that morning you may have burnt X amount of fat just because you didn't have any food, and then in the night you eat that much food and it'll affect what happens the next morning. Don't worry about the times that you eat things because your body is constantly keeping tabs of what's happening. It's a whole nation of things going on. You can't just affect it by one thing. For it, like, just in the same way that if the whole nation is in debt and someone, you know, from Germany, another nation, goes up to one person and says, oh, here you go, here's £1 million, that doesn't fix the country's debt just because that person has loads of savings now. That doesn't have a big effect. In the same way that if, like, the country is losing flashy things, like people are saving more money and they're not spending it on these wasteful things. Remember, wasteful things are what we want because that's how this analogy works. If they stop spending the money on those things and somebody comes along and goes, oh, here's a massive house, here's a nice car for this one person, or maybe 2 people, or 5, or even 10 or 100, it's not going to have a big effect on the entire nation's spending patterns. So you have to understand these little minutiae things like, oh, should I eat here? Should I do this now? Don't have any type of effect as compared to the massive things like total calories, total exercise, your effort in the gym. Don't worry about the little things. It's the big things that make the difference. I hopefully have helped people with this crazy analogy. It just came to me. I thought I would describe it to people because the whole money and things thing just seems to work perfectly as an analogy for fat loss and muscle growth. I might use this analogy for things in the future. Tell me what you think. If it helped, great. If it confused you, oh well. At least it was fun talking about silliness for 8 minutes. Bradley@gmail.com. If you've got any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and of course subscribe. Peace!